Hi Cancer, I hope you guys are doing great today. We're going to be doing a general reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the last 2 weeks of December. I do want to front load this by saying that I am going to be putting timestamps below. This is going to be a longer video. I'm doing this on my phone so that I can get more time in, because my camera taps out at 30 minutes, unfortunately, and I didn't know that when I purchased it. So if the quality is a little different, that's why. But the content of what I want to give you guys is worth the maybe substandard quality of the video, so to say. So I'm going to be starting with the astrology. Guys, if you're not interested in the astrology, no worries. I'm time stamping. So just check the description box below to see when I start pulling the tarot cards for the messages. And then at the end, I'm also going to be time stamping for committed love relationships and then complicated love relationships. Okay, so I'm going to end with those. So right now, I really want to get started on talking about two main things that are happening this month. I'm going to talk about all the transits, but we do have Sun entering Capricorn on December 21st. Okay, so think about what Capricorn wants and is, right? Capricorn is the hardest working of all the archetypes. So Capricorn wants tangible results, right? Capricorn knows what's feasible and what's not, and what's most comfortable working. What feels most comfortable working within for there to be progress and success. And that includes having an established framework and known boundaries and limits, really working towards a long-term goal, right? And that we're all going to be feeling that we're going to be pushed to take on that Capricorn type of energy, working toward a long-term goal that's most satisfying. It's going to feel easier in this energy, and we're all going to be pushed to do it. But now, Cancer, you guys are going to be having it hit your 7th house, okay? In addition to whatever else, pull out your chart and see where else you see where you have Capricorn placements, okay? Anywhere from 1 to 15 degrees especially. You're still going to feel it if you're 16 to 30 degrees as well. But especially that one in the first 1.5 decans, you guys are going to be feeling it the strongest. So you want to check that out. But regardless, just the archetype of Cancer is going to be feeling it very much so in their 7th house, which is the 7th house of partnerships and marriage and communication. And this is all partnerships. This can be intimate partners. This could also be business partners. Right, but this idea of partnership and communication. So there's going to be a lot of changes here for you this year, Cancer, for sure. Okay, starting with this partial solar eclipse. So this is hitting on December 26th. And 25th, 26th, depends on where you are in the world. But its effects can be felt for up to about 6 months after the actual date of the eclipse, maybe even longer. So in this Saturn-ruled sign of Capricorn, we're going to be all dealing with issues regarding our public life, career, reputation, achievement, accountability are all going to be very strong focuses in addition to what you have going on in your 7th house. Okay, so it's just a little heads up to know that. So this eclipse is about new beginnings, regarding all of these things. So it's time for setting practical, attainable goals, working on developing maturity and common sense in areas where maybe you need to develop that a little more. Considering the future and preparing for it, focusing on concrete ways of developing self-discipline and self-mastery, finding ways to give satisfying form to wishes, making commitments and recognizing responsibilities, and accepting that we're all limited and that ironically, some of our limitations actually free us to explore these deeper dimensions of our experience by offering us a very secure foundation and nurturing our dreams in a realistic way. Because Capricorn teaches us that recognizing our limitations actually frees us to focus on what matters and where we are and who we are and where we want to go. And with this Capricorn energy eclipse, the solar eclipse, we have the chance to make important changes in our lives that will benefit us way beyond the moon cycle. So for some of us, circumstances are such that we need to pay more attention to one of these matters, if not all of these matters. So some sort of hole or flaw in an important system in your life is going to be revealed around this eclipse, prompting you to redo or to start fresh. So something has to end, though, in order for something else to come in, to start new. So we might be called to give something up in order to move forward into a new chapter in our lives. And although the new may seem unrecognizable, it's important to allow the necessary surrender into it and just really let yourself fall into it. Now, the eclipse itself is aligned with Jupiter, and it's forming a gorgeous trine with Uranus. So this is really good, guys. This is going to be a real sense of excitement and definitely progress. Lots of growth, improvement, relief, release. Just beautiful new beginnings here. Really beautiful new beginnings. But you have to understand what the process is. It's very slow. Think about Saturn. Saturn, for those of you who don't know, we call him the great taskmaster. He's Father Time. He's very slow moving, okay? Really making us work very hard for what's on the other side of that. Working with Pluto, which is all about transformation. But the thing is this, when we're in the transformation and we're going through the work, it might not be comfortable, and we could all be like, oh, mommy, make it stop, kind of thing. Like, this is killing me, kind of thing. But Pluto is never going to do anything, on our path that's not for our highest good. So you just have to know this. Okay, so we have this slow moving Saturn with Capricorn, the hard worker, in there, with Pluto transforming, and then we have Jupiter popping in to sprinkle fairy dust. Even though Jupiter is in fall in Capricorn, still totally positive. The only thing here is, guys, Jupiter is going to say Cancer rather. Sorry, I just said Gemini. Cancer, pick a door. Pick a door. You got to pick a door. So picture yourself in a room that's got doors open around the perimeter of the room. And on the other side of each door is an area in your life that needs addressing. And you need to figure out which doors are you ready to close, because they can't all stay open. You can't go through all of them. So you got to figure out which door you're going to go through, and Jupiter's going to bless you. Really engage with the energy. It's really, really beautiful. So there are going to be major developments in the personal areas ruled by Gemini in your chart, and they're likely to occur over the course of the next 3 to 6 months. But again, I kind of feel like it's even a little bit beyond that, with this particular eclipse. And you want to think about, because this is going until July 2020. It started in July of 2018, right? I mean, this narrative has been going on for almost 2 years, right? So I want you to think back, and I did mention this like 6 or 7 months ago when I first started my channel, asking you guys to think back to a couple of time periods. I'm going to do it again because I think it's very valuable in understanding the energy where we are right now. And I'm going to go back even further than I did last time. If you're old enough, think back to, and it's July 81 to June 83. But I'm not going to keep saying the months because who remembers the months? But just think back, if you can, if you're old enough, from 81 to 83. What was going on in your life then? What was going on in your life? What kind of changes? Then go back to 90 to 92. What kind of changes were happening there? Then go to 2000 to 2002. And then go to 2009 to 2011. So all of these 2-year time periods had some sort of big change for you. And it's just very interesting to me because, even I'm Cancer rising, and I look back and I'm like, 81 to 83, I think I had my first boyfriend back then. And I'm like, 90 to 92, I think I married and then divorced my first husband. You know what I mean? So it's just interesting that it's happening within this heart space kind of thing, right? Okay, so all that being said, we have a lot of really, really cool changes, and we're going to have a lot of support. We do have Mercury entering Capricorn on the 28th, and what's good about that is going to be like a very methodical focus, like a very sober and practical approach that's going to feel actually very natural for all of us. So that's really cool. So that will definitely help, that this newfound, like, it's kind of serious, but yet it's like exciting because so many new things are going to be happening on the other side of it. So you guys are just really going to be figuring out communication, partnerships, where do you need to grow in a partnership? Where do you need to improve your communication? You know, could all benefit from that from time to time, right? All right, so let's see what your crowning energy is. We get for Cancer. The last 2 weeks. Ooh, she feels she knows. She feels she knows. That intuition turned up, Cancer. This is like something is boiling up in you, within you as a vision that's bringing what was obscured into clarity. Yeah. And I don't feel like this is going to happen as like a blinding, shocking insight, but as more of a softer, gentle knowing. It's like knowing something without understanding exactly when or how you came to know it. And this insight is going to really assist you. And you're being asked to really honor it here. And you're going to know which insight to pay attention to. Your heart's going to tell you. So you're really being asked to rely on your intuition and your clarity right now that's coming to you. Gently but firmly, from that place of knowing, intend to act and take the next steps forward in some area of your life here, Cancer. So I want to say, like, if it has anything to do with the 7th house, I mean, this is about you maybe being more assertive and something to do with a work situation, right? Because 7th house, again, is also very much having to do with work partners and partnerships and people who we work with, you know. So I am feeling that. I'm getting that pretty strongly. Of course, this can also have to do with intimate relationships and making a stronger effort and really feeling within you where you need to make changes within how you communicate and how you do relationships, you know. You know, are you a good partner? Are you showing up the way that you really feel you should be? Are you getting what you need? And if you're not, how can you change that? Because if something is not working for you, Gemini, it's not good. I keep calling you Gemini. I apologize. Cancer, if something is not working for you, Cancer, it's not going to last. You know, it's just not going to last. So I do feel like that. But this energy is really speaking to a long range or long term kind of development. Something that's a far bigger situation than the immediate situation or the immediate issue of the moment right now. And I'm getting that you only have a dim sense of what that possibility is at best. So the situation you find yourself in right now may not be one of like sheer joy right now, but in time you're going to understand more of the bigger picture, and you're going to come to see why things are happening as they are now, why it's all rolled out the way it has, and how you're being helped onto the next stage of your path, even though it might look like an obstacle right now. So you're really being asked to very much think in terms of long-term happiness. You know, and sometimes this warrants change or even temporary restrictions in the short term, right? So for those of you, maybe if it has to do with work, you know, maybe you have to go through those challenging restrictions of starting that new business, of starting that new project, of working extra hours to get footing in a new job, or anything like that. Putting in that hard work on communication with your partner, really putting yourself in those positions of having to incite the conversation. But I like it. Okay. All right, let's see what messages we get for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the last 2 weeks of December 2019. Guys, can you believe it? This is the last reading I'm doing for 2019 as far as, monthly. I am going to be doing I'm going to get the first 3-month forecast for 2020. And guys, in the description below is the booking site if you'd like to book a reading. I think I have a couple of slots left. I might have a couple for the rest of the month. But please be sure to include all of your information in the welcome page, because they do ground my readings in your natal chart. And then I do send you a copy of it, by the way. Okay. Situation right now, 6 of Swords reverse. Okay, let me pull all the cards, and then we'll see what's happening here. Cancer? Cancer. Okay, so the situation right now is the Six of Swords reverse, which tells me that you're moving away from a situation. So this can be you moving away, even if only mentally, even if only for now. So if this has to do with a career, say I'm going to give interpretations for career. Not everyone's in relationship, not everyone's here with that. Or I'm going to, relationships, not everybody is here with career on their heart. So definitely moving away from something that you consider toxic, and even if only for a minute. But it's you realizing that you need to move away from something that is just not healthy for you. There's this absolute recognition that something is not healthy for you and you're needing to walk away from it. And the Seven of Wands is, it's just, Seven of Wands is you feeling really, really defensive. I mean, you're moving away from a situation that you felt like you needed to defend yourself in. So it's maybe, and this could have to do with a family member as well, or a friendship, certainly. But it's like you were in a situation with someone in your life, or a situation where you were put in a position where you were needing to defend yourself, and you just don't want to do that anymore. So this is making even though it's hurtful, it's very hurtful. Six of Swords is not an easy energy. You don't do that happily, but it's the ending of it's the definitive ending of a certain cycle within a dynamic. I'm even going to say it's not really like the relationship ending. That would have to be indicated by the surrounding cards. But it's definitely leaving the toxic situation for something healthier. And you're just feeling like, you've just been having to defend yourself. But you're the King of Swords. This is crowning you. King of Swords is Cancer. You know the truth. You know the truth. The King of Swords is able to look at someone when they walk in the room and determine their motivation before they even open their mouth. It's a very intuitive energy, and it's a very strong verbal energy as well, but there's a lot of intuition here, and it's based in truth. Swords are truth. Swords are words, but swords are truth. So you're really holding fast to that, and you're not wanting to deal with this nonsense where you're needing to defend yourself. You're also at the same time in your foundation energy really trying to figure out what your next steps are going to be in your life. So I feel like you can have a number of things going on in different areas of your life right now. Well, naturally we all do, but I feel like these energies are pushing you to a place where you're like, all right, the whole world is open to me right now. Where exactly am I going to go? What am I going to do? It's time to create this new path. And it's about really feeling very motivated. The Wands are fire energy, feeling super motivated to start this new path. I mean, I really like that. Now, when you're past, we have the Hierophant reverse. So this tells me that you were dealing with somebody who was not acting the most moral. Now, this could be you or an energy that you had to deal with. But the Hierophant is all about spirituality. What's moral? It's about integrity. It's about, it's also about following societal norms for many of us, okay? So many of you may be coming out of a situation where you were in a very unusual situation that was not normally accepted in society, or you were dealing with a person who was that way. But it's just something that for you didn't really speak to your moral compass, and it like ruffled your feathers of integrity, and it made you feel very, very uncomfortable is what I'm getting. Now, in the near future, we have the Devil energy. So the Devil energy is a low vibrational energy. Now, obviously, I'm going to pull some cards on this. So the Devil energy is about addiction, okay, substance abuse, drugs, alcohol, food, sex, money, shopping, anything that you lose yourself to an unhealthy extent. I mean, quite frankly, it could even be like gaming if it's at the expense of all else, right? Or it could just be very low vibrational thinking, very low, where it's the glass half empty all the time, right? Kind of thing. But I mean, that is the Devil energy, right? The Devil energy is is the low vibration of us. It's us not working optimally. And why is that? So it can just be something that's mental, emotional, or physical, right? That's keeping us down and suppressed, where we're choosing, though, to not turn things around, because we all have free will to do that. So there's this idea of being in this space. But where you're at right now, the Four of Wands reverse, is feeling like you just don't have that strong foundation. Because the Four of Wands upright is about engagement and marriage and a strong foundation. It's beautiful energy. It's about celebration. And you're just not feeling that right now. You very much want it, but it's not something that you're feeling really in your gut. So this could have to do with a job, you know, where you're in a job, but you just really don't feel secure in it. Or you like the job, but you just don't feel like it's going to bring you enough in the long run for you to be able to sustain yourself. You know, could certainly be that. If it has to do with a relationship, you just feel like you're not in the right place with a relationship. If, you know, this could certainly have to do with a family member or a friend where things are just really not in a good place, where you don't feel like you have firm footing, and you're dealing with the Emperor reverse energy. The Emperor reverse energy is the card of the narcissist. It can be narcissistic tendencies, you know, those qualities, that archetype, right? And what does that mean? It just means irresponsible behavior. You know, it just means irresponsible behavior. It means, and this is external to you. So this isn't you. So this is somebody who is deflecting, gaslighting, just not being respectful to you, giving you a really hard time, just not acting kind to you, Cancer. They're not acting kind to you at all. And this is getting in the way of this Four of Wands being upright, you feeling like you have a strong foundation in that friendship, in that family relationship, in that career, in that intimate relationship. This is very external. And your fear is the Seven of Cups reverse. I mean, the fear, okay, so is the Seven of Cups upright? It's confusion. It's confusion and feeling like, should I do this? Should I do that? The Seven of Cups reverse, though, is almost like an analysis paralysis card. It's like 5 of the cups are good, 2 of them I don't really know what's in them, and I'm scared, so I'm just going to stand here and I'm not going to move. And that's what I'm getting you're afraid of. You're afraid of you getting into a situation where you're not going to be able to make the changes that are necessary for you, okay, and with this situation to move it forward. And in the outcome, we have the Ten of Cups reverse, which is about this ultimate fulfillment not being achieved right now. But the thing is, with the Ten of Cups, it's never a never card. It's in the reverse, it means not yet. And the not yet is very specifically because of something that's external to the situation. So, for example, if this has to do with a job, you're not going to reach your full potential and your full level of where you're meant to be on your path as it is right now within your job. So maybe you have to shift paths within your job. Maybe you have to change jobs altogether, but it's just a temporary thing that's external to you right now. But once you make that change, this goes upright. So this is still positive. It's just that it's going to take some work. If this has to do with a relationship, this is there being a lot of issues and you guys not being able to have that Ten of Cups fulfillment, Ten of Cups full fulfillment feeling, okay, even if you're in a committed relationship, because there's a lot of nonsense going on with family, okay, or your friend circle, or a group of people or a particular person external to you guys. And it's like this issue has to be addressed and just taken care of, and then you guys will find each other again, and it's just going to take a minute, right? This could also be if you're working ridiculous amount of hours and you guys are like two ships in the night and you're just not connecting, right? And you're not feeling, because Ten of Cups upright is about feeling connected, feeling that deep connection and deepening of communication and commitment, okay? And it's also a card of reconciliation as well. It's also a card of reconciliation as well. But, you know, let's just look at this, this devil energy. I mean, what's with the devil energy? The devil energy could be, self-medicating, just not treating your body or yourself the best, not making the best choices, right? Okay, yeah. Okay. So I'm getting the story here is Cancer. You just really want to grow. You really want to grow. Because I have here in the center is the Empress, which is the mother of the tarot. This is all about, creating and attaining and growing together, growing in a job, growing in a relationship. But things have just been really unfair. Justice reverse. It's just about everything's been very unfair. You feel like you are not being treated in the best way. There's some sense of betrayal here for sure. There is. Whether this is from a boss, whether this is from an intimate partner, whether this is from a family member, there has been some area in your life where you feel like you have not been treated fairly at all. And then we have the Five of Wands energy, which is a nasty kind of fighting. It's truly a battle of the wills. No one's winning here. No one wins. This is like, I say day, you say night. Just this not like being on the same page. Really somebody pushing an idea or of some sort, or just not seeing eye to eye. You guys just not seeing eye to eye, but yet you want this development. Then we have the Wheel, and it's like, well, it's all up to fate. It's all up to fate. But then right after that, we have the Ace of Pentacles, which indicates that a new beginning is not going to happen within this area. So for some of you, this could be the letting go of whatever area this is. Okay? Because again, everyone is going to be dealing with this idea of goals, working on developing, right? It's in a lot of different areas. This is about achievement, accountability, career. This is for everyone. It's focused on your house of relationships, but it's also going to be impacting these other areas. So I do feel that there's a definitive shifting, changing going on. It's going to be very challenging for you, Cancer. I feel like that's the devil energy, is just low vibe. And you know what? Listen, do not beat yourself up about it. I just feel like you're going to need to be in the devil energy until you're not in the devil energy. You know what I mean? It's like something that you're going to have to work through. And just into a space of acceptance, because as you go through this shift, as you go through these changes, it might not feel entirely comfortable while you're going through it. It's, it's like this squeezing, and it's slow. And that's why sometimes it's just like, oh, please make it stop, kind of thing. But that's just like Saturn and Pluto kind of really, believe it or not, trying to push you to where you're really meant to be. So it's so important that it not be fought, however you're resonating with this, that you need to go with it, no matter how painful it is. Yeah. Okay. So let's go to the love reading portion, and we're first going to discuss Cancers who are in committed relationships. Nice to get some messages, because even those in committed relationships, you go through funny little cycles, right? It's all normal. Doesn't mean the world is ending. And then after that, we're going to go to those in a complicated situation. And I think we know who we are in the complicated. But for this is specifically for people who are together right now. Okay? Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean, Cancer. How lovely is that? Oh, lovely. Okay. Let's pull some island oracles. Deep within your heart, and you will feel my love. Huh? How nice is that? Lucky committed Cancer. Lucky, lucky. Love call. The Phoenix. Girl with the snake. Interesting. I want to start with the girl with the snake. This is interesting. This is about the empath and narcissistic paradigm. Being charmed or used, enabled, boundaries. Okay, so this is understanding boundaries even within your relationship. Now, this is not to say that one of you is an empath and the other one is a narcissist, or the other way around. You know, this is not to definitively say that, okay? But this does tell me that there is a difference in the dynamic, where one of you is much more empathic and more intuitive, and then your partner is definitely, this is what it's telling me here. We have the Phoenix, which is about a new phase, a rekindling, a renewal, transformation, growth. So we do like this. So I feel like, you know, even those of you who have been together for many, many years, I feel like you guys are entering a new cycle here. Definitely a new cycle. And I think you're actually going to be looking at this empath narcissist paradigm. And however that resonates with you, you understand. Like one of you is very, very intuitive and the other one is not so much, really, is how that can also be understood. But I feel like you guys are going to be really kind of transforming and the rekindling here with this. So it's like a reconnection. It's like finding each other again. And this is beautiful. Love call, thinking of you, letting you know. Just like a simple, sweet, just a message of love. Someone expressing love. This is lovely. All right, so I almost don't even want to like pull cards on that, but you know, we will. We'll pull a few, and then we'll go to complicated. Anybody want to pop out? Anybody want to pop out? High Priestess reverse. Tower. So Cancer, I feel like those of you who've been in relationships, another area of your life, you've been going through quite a lot. Okay. Now I'm talking about you're in like you guys are solid. Okay. So because the High Priestess energy tells me that there was a space where you were not tuning into your intuition in the right frequency, if that makes sense, in one area of your life. And it ended up creating a situation that you had to leave. So this could be you ending a relationship, a friendship. This could be you ending a family connection, you know, really making the conscious decision to love someone from a distance. You know what I mean? If you've heard of that, it's like, I love you, but I can't have you in my life directly. So you need to like stay across the street and I will love you from here because I just can't handle our dynamic. This could certainly be with a friendship as well. It can certainly be with work. I am feeling that it has to do with another part of your life. Another part of your life where you're needing to deal with this just challenging personality. Somebody who really wasn't being very honest with you at all, you know. I am getting, okay? That's for many of you, okay? So I'm going to give a couple of interpretations that I am feeling. And then, you know, you have this Page of Pentacles, which is this willingness to start this new cycle with your partner separately. Now, I am also getting that for many of you who are currently in a committed relationship, that this is speaking to a past situation where you guys have reconnected after having a tower moment, where you swept the decks clean. Okay, you swept the decks clean. But this tower moment was created because of somebody using very poor judgment and not being very truthful. But you guys being able to talk things out and you being able to have this new beginning with this Page of Pentacles energy. So for some of you, I feel like that's the situation leading up to where you are right now in this beautiful committed relationship. For others of you, I feel like you're in a committed relationship. You guys are rediscovering yourselves. But one of you, or maybe even both of you, are needing to deal with this situation having to do with a family member, somebody at work, something to do with work, something external to your relationship. Yeah, and it's, it was a strain on your relationship, at least from your end or their end, on one of your ends, where one of you felt like maybe not fully understood, and that could speak to the girl with the snake energy as well. But I feel like the situation is taking care of itself, and you guys are in this Page of Pentacles energy, which is about great communication, and connection. A new cycle happening for great connection, which I love, because we have, right, the eclipse is going to be happening in your 8th house, and we're going to be in the 7th house rather, and we're going to be starting with this energy now. So this is really good. Okay, good. Cancer, committed Cancers, very nice. Okay, now let's go to the Cancers who have some complications going on in their situations. Move this guy up here. All right. Okay. I talked about my challenges with these cards last time. Okay. All right. The past is now behind you. Release it. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. Okay. Island Oracle messages for those in a complicated relationship, Spirit. Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. Talking. Camera. Healing heart. I don't want to say what I'm feeling. Let me pull the cards first. I have goosebumps all up the top part of my arm. So I'm a Taurus moon, and I feel everything in my body. All my messages hit my body first, and then they come out. Okay, talking, interested, conversing more, awaited message, text, call, email. Message comes in. Camera is about reminiscing, learning from the past, making memories. Healing heart, healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationships or addiction. Past is now behind you. Release it and embrace the new possibilities. A new path is now open to you. Okay, getting two very clear messages, but let's see what the cards say. 9 of Wands, 8 of Wands, reverse. Just to get a little background to the situation. So the 9 of Wands, you were in a situation where you were feeling like you really, you very much needed to, in reflection of everything that you guys have been through, you were in a space of very much needing to defend yourself. Right, with the 9 of Wands energy. And the 8 of Wands in the reverse indicates no movement forward, no message coming in. This indicates no contact to me. Because in the upright, it's quick messages coming in, good news coming in, fast movement, lots of fire, fiery energy, very passionate. In the reverse, the passion's not there, the conversation's not happening. So I feel like for a lot of you, you guys are not even in contact right now. You're very confused about this situation, though, because you don't know, should I stay in this energy and try to hold out and hold on, or should I move forward and really try to seek a different, maybe healthier situation for myself? I feel like the person is still in your energy field, and you're just really not quite sure what to actually do with it. Because, at the end of the day, you just don't feel like forgiveness is going to be able to happen. Because its judgment is about forgiveness, about recognition and about forgiveness. And in the reverse, it indicates that it's not going to be able to happen. So I feel like that's, this is the situation, leading into this. So let's see what else we got. Let's get some information on this 8 of Wands energy, please. 8 of Wands. Okay. So you were in a space with this person where you guys were celebrating. I mean, you guys just thought, I mean, you really had very high hopes for this connection. Cancer, for sure. And the Emperor energy is just about just being in control and thinking that you had it all figured out. That this is the person you were going to be with. You guys were talking big plans for the future. And you trusted this person. And then you found out that they couldn't be trusted. King of Swords is about dishonesty. This is lies. I mean, Swords in the upright is about truth. In the reverse, it's lies. So somebody not being really honest. And then we have the Three of Swords, which is the card of heartache. But I do like it in the reverse because this indicates that there's going to be admittance, there's going to be truth coming out, conversation, people feeling validated. You know, things aren't going to be held in anymore. So there's the opportunity for healing here. You know, and this is the one. This is the one energy that doesn't. It's the Swords reverse, but this is the one sword energy that doesn't indicate the Swords reverse being deceived. It actually means the swords falling out. So the truth is coming out, falling out of the broken heart. So, yeah, but I mean, that's why there was a lack of movement. I mean, you had all of this faith in this person, and then they just became somebody that you just couldn't trust anymore. They were not being honest with you, whether it was lying through omission, whether it was that they weren't showing up the way they needed to show up in the relationship, whatever it was. This Three of Swords could be a third-party situation, or it could be anything at all external to your situation that was painful. Anything. You know, busybody family member, busybody friends, busybody colleagues, coworkers, anything like that, like got in the way of your relationship. Get some more energy on that, please. You want justice. I don't blame you, Cancer. Yeah. You want justice. You have so much love to give, and this is what you're getting. You're getting the Seven of Swords reverse energy, which is the card of deflection and gaslighting. This person is not wanting to own their stuff. They are not wanting to own their stuff. No, they don't want to own their stuff. They really don't. And I feel that you're very much really in Cancer, I gotta tell you what I'm getting. I'm getting that somebody did not do right by you, and they're going to reach out to you, and they're going to try very aggressively because they're missing you and you're missing them. At the same time, you're really trying to heal. You're trying to heal from this heartbreak. And you're really trying to embrace this, that the past is now behind you. You're trying to release it and embrace new possibilities because you know a new, healthier path is available. And you know you need to follow it with faith if it's going to happen, if Jupiter is going to bless you in that way. You know you need to do that, but yet you feel this draw, you know, on some level, right? Because remember, the opposite of love is indifference. So if it's making you feel moved in any way, there's still something there. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, I mean, this is like, you know, Ace of Pentacles. Should I have this new beginning? This person wants to offer it to me, but I just don't think it's possible. Oh, but man, do they really? Well, look, they're offering the Ace of Wands. There's a lot of passion here for a new beginning. There really is. Then we have the Four of Cups energy, and you know my spiel. Those of you who've been watching me about the Four of Cups energy. This is about them, you know, in their mind having conditions. And you might even have conditions as well, but these are not conditions that are going to work. If you continue to do A, B, and C, if you ever did this, and whatever, again, it's not going to work. It's really challenging. Conditions are a very tricky thing. Very tricky. They really are, because it's restricting somebody in a way where, you know, you can't really control what somebody else does, and they can't really control what you do. But it's also, you're putting these conditions to try to cover up and heal a scar of pain that's been created because of this. But that's not going to heal your pain. Them changing, like them not cheating again, or them, you know, remembering you. In other words, you know, because you hear this a lot, like so-and-so keeps forgetting to remember me in the relationship and things like this. Is that really going to take away the pain of the past? And it's really recognizing that that may just not happen, right? But then we have the Lover's card, which is about, you know, recognizing that you guys have a lot of issues. You have a lot of issues, and you both being equally willing to work through them. But this is going to be hard. And if you're willing and to roll your sleeves up and really dig in and do this, let's find out some more energy on that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with some good hard work in a relationship, especially because of where you are, where this partial solar is hitting you guys, you know, in the house of relationships. Slow, long, hard work, you know. Let's see. Yeah, confusion. Confusion. 2 cards of confusion. 10 of Pentacles. Nice. 9 of Pentacles. Nice. All right, you know, I mean, I just feel like there's so much confusion here because of what you guys went through. But this has got to be really about lots of really good communication, lots of talking, and lots of really addressing this 4 of Cups reverse energy, where if you're going to put conditions on each other, you really need to understand what's under it. Why did it even happen in the first place? And then talk about that and address it from that point. Rather than saying, like, don't cheat again, or, you know, don't take your family side over my side, or whatever. You really need to get to the underbelly of why it even happened in the first place and really address that, really dealing with the underbelly of things. But the 2 of Pentacles is just like, oh my gosh, what path do I go on? I'm really not sure. Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do that? And the 7 of Cups is like, I know what's in 5 of the Cups. I'm just not sure what's in the other 2. I don't know. Did they really, like, I don't know. Are they changing? Are they not changing? But then the 10 of Pentacles is about having everything you guys need to move it forward. Having the communication, having the connection, mental, physical, emotional, having what you need to move it forward. And the 9 of Pentacles is about just building and prosperity. And really just accumulating and attaining what it is that you're going for. So, wow, I wasn't expecting that ending for those of you, but you know what? I like it. I like it. I like it if you want it. You know? You have free will. Energetic beings. Don't go back if you don't want to go back. If you don't think that you're dealing with somebody who's capable of the Lover's energy, because you got to understand the Lover's energy. The Lover's energy is there in it as much as you are. For real. And they have to own their stuff. Both of you do. This can't be one way or the other. So if this person's like has narcissistic tendencies and they're just giving you lip service and you vibe it, please listen to your intuition. You know? But if you know for sure that this person is truly sorry and they really want to make good and you feel like you guys have what it takes to make it work, yeah, I mean, it does. It's now, the past is now behind you. So this could be for those of you choosing to walk away altogether, or for those of you who really want to roll your sleeves up and do the work if you think it's possible. But whatever it is, the past is behind you guys. You have to release it and embrace new possibilities. Because a new path is possible, but you have to follow it with faith and not give up. Not give up, you know? Yeah. Cancer, that is what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time.